All right, we are live. It's the last show of the day, the 4 o'clock hour. What's happening? We're with Coach Anthony Cerullo, head coach at Tenoroc in Lakeland. So far in his illustrious career, 121 dual wins, 12 state qualifiers, 2 district champs, 4 district runner-ups, 2019 state dual qualifier, 2015 Lakeland Ledger Coach of the Year. And by the way, he coaches JV football. As a footnote, he's with us today, Coach Anthony Cerullo. Welcome, my brother. Bang, look at that.
Bang, bang.
I like it, man. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Just a great day at work and getting ready for this graduation today of Tenoroc, and got 5 seniors walking. So 3 of them with honors. So I'm just super excited.
Man, that's awesome. Hey, so what, first of all, man, what the hell you been doing through this?
Well, we've been doing a lot of FaceTiming with the athletes, just trying to get them to do some exercises. I actually been stealing some quotes from some of your guys who've been having on. I had to send out a quote from Coach Reagan yesterday that he was talking about. Said that you don't win because you're not champions because you win because you're champions. And I sent that out to my group and got a lot of positive feedback. So that's great. Thank you, Coach Reagan, if you're watching. And just keeping up by watching Daniel Ward Wrestling Alive.
I love it, man. I hope it's making a difference. I hope that people are meeting people. I hope that the wrestling nation is onto it. And I'm just trying to be real and have some people on that for a sport my son fell in love with, and it's doing good things for him and for everybody else. So he does have a Yankees hat on. Don't hold that against him, everybody. Hey, so you're obviously building a really good thing down there in Tenoroc. You're definitely a well-kept secret, Tenoroc Wrestling. Talk about the culture and philosophy you have instilled there, and how you keep that place competitive.
Well, from day one, I walked in. It was actually a pretty cool situation for me. I was at McKeel as assistant coach for about 5 years, and then I got the head coaching job for the last 2 years I was there. Had an opportunity to go to my alma mater, Mulberry, for a year to help out as an assistant coach, and then had a kid on the way, my 3-year-old, and I was gonna just take time off and focus on that. And one of the kids from Tenoroc who I've worked with in the summer in the past blew up my phone to get me to take over the job whenever their coach Peter Fender moved on to another school. And first day I walk in there and talk to the kids, and I just told them that they've always had good individual wrestlers. Like Nick Thomas, my assistant coach, he took 3rd in the state. They had a couple other state placers. But I just told them that we were going to build as a team, and we're going to have some goals that we're going to set out, and we're going to accomplish it. And I was able to just get them to buy in with hard work to do so. So right now we're in the process of taking that next step. Last couple of years we've taken home 4 district trophies. Came close to taking home a regional trophy this year, finishing out 1 point behind SMA in the region. And just hopefully we can make it that point. We have a good little rivalry going with McKeel Academy. We won the district a couple of years ago. They won it, both of them this year. They actually I think they're in the Final Four of the state. They've done a hell of a job with their program. And it's a nice little push-pull situation for us to keep us on our toes.
And that's awesome. So I know we were talking a little bit before we came on the air, and you're sitting there watching your graduation, and I know you have some of your wrestlers that are walking there. And what's that mean to you? I mean, more than just wrestling, seeing your kids get that diploma and getting a chance to do big things.
Well, it means a lot to me because these kids that are graduating right now, they're walking today. They're part of my core group of kids. I mean, Randall Santana, Travis Hallworth, Gage Gatley, Kavion Gandy, and Clyde Williams. They're great kids. They're great athletes. They're kids that bought into the program right away and what I was selling, and they worked their butts off and helped us become not only competitive but a championship level program, at least at the district level.
That's awesome, man. So congratulations to those kids, and
Thank you.
Look forward to some amazing adults. Hey, so down there in Lakeland, man, you guys have like a little hotbed of wrestling right there in the center of our state. talk about that, man. You got some great programs, great clubs. You guys are all very competitive. Man, how much does that help a school like yours and any other programs build on and get better and have those clubs and programs around you?
Well, I really just got to give it up to Danny Walker and his staff. I mean, without Lake Gibson, I don't know if the rest of us push as hard as we do. And Danny is somebody has been a personal mentor of mine. When I've ever had a question or he sees something we've done well or even something we need work on, he'll reach out to me and if I had a bad weekend, he'll see it. And, Danny knows everything about what everybody's doing, and something he's taught me, and he'll reach out to me and just tell me believe in the process. He's from day one when I spoke with him, even when I was at McKeel and took over. He's like, you got to trust the process. Lake Gibson wasn't what Lake Gibson was day one. It took them, 10, 12, 13, 14 years to knock off Brandon. So just got to trust the process, understand it's not going to happen overnight. And they've really helped. And he reaches out to everybody. He's opened up his room to every athlete inside, Polk County to come and get better. I bring my kids over, and the first year we did that, we got walloped and couldn't hang in their practices. My kids were throwing up out the door. I was embarrassed. And I told them, we're not going to do this again. And we're not going to come here and waste their time if we're not going to be in better shape. And last year, my kids were actually able to physically, not maybe wrestling wise, but physically able to keep up with them and be just as physical as them. So, I mean, we've got some great programs. We've got Kathleen Bing Osborne, who was I was his assistant for 8 years at Mulberry. He's over at Kathleen. He had a female state champion this year, and he had a state placer at heavyweight. He had two or three other state qualifiers. He had 4 state qualifiers the year before. McKeel Academy, who was run by Frank, who was my assistant coach at McKeel, wrestled for me at Mulberry and also wrestled for Bing. Has done an amazing job with that program, getting them where they're super competitive and they're making noise at the state level. It was George Jenkins, which is actually, it's funny, is Bing's son's at George Jenkins, Gavin. He's doing great things over there, taking over for Jason Heath, working with Bump Bailey. So we've got
down there for the tournament.
What now?
My son's school goes down for the tournament.
Yes, I met your guys' coaches in the coaches' room. So probably there this year. I think we. So I mean, there's a lot of good schools that are putting in some work. I think the high schools in general are maybe looking for more wrestling centric people be part of it. You've got Mulberry, which is a little bit south. They've got Christopher Dangle, who was a ranked wrestler in Pennsylvania at one point. They're with my high school teammate at Mulberry, Jason Hinton. They're building a nice little thing down there. They're going to make some really big noise here in the near future. We've got a lot of teams just putting in some work.
Yeah, how about what is it, Top Gun over there?
Top Gun's over in Strawberry Crest. Jason Terry and Blake Olson is another team that's opened up their rooms. Jason, we've been to a couple of their bangers in the hangar, which is always fun to go. It's about 200 degrees, and you find the boy who's the men in that one. But I mean, just Central Florida in general has just stepped up its game from when I was in high school back in 1997 is when I started. Just the level of wrestling in Central Florida has just been phenomenal, and the growth.
That's awesome. Hey, so coming out of this, I mean, what's wrestling practice going to look like now? What's club practice going to look like now? What are we seeing?
Well, I think as you see, like if you're looking at videos online or if you've been to any club practices, the wrestling group is resilient as it can be. We are just a resilient bunch of people that we are not going to be held back by restrictions of any type. We're going to go as far as our bodies can take us. And see, there hasn't been a ton of restrictions. There's been one-on-one wrestling. I mean, I know some places have done shadow wrestling and conditioning and whatnot, but a lot of these clubs are getting one-on-one over at Top Gun. They've got some hammers that come in that room, and they're not doing it to shadow wrestling. They're doing it to get better. So I think as far as club wrestling, there's not much that's going to change for us. As far as high school, it's going to be up to the individual schools, and especially in some counties might be a little bit more strict than others. But I think when it comes down to competition, I don't see a ton changing. I think that this will, just like many things like this in the past has passed. I think that this too shall pass, and we'll get back to regular life the way we know it the best we can.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
as am I. We had started plans to start up our youth program this year. We had a middle school program that we started last year at Crystal Lake, and we had all these plans, and COVID just punched us right in the mouth. So we're just trying to get better at home.
Little by little, man. So I know we talked a little bit about this before we jumped on. Wrestling, man, what has it meant to you?
I can honestly tell you that I would not be in a good place in life without wrestling. Wrestling has taught me to. There was a quote that Ricky Cheese Marcus put online the other day. He was talking about Mr. Sherman said that wrestling, when life puts you on your back, wrestling teaches you how to get up, and I truly believe that. Without wrestling, I might have just stayed down. I mean, my family atmosphere wasn't really full of people that are used to getting back up. So wrestling definitely helped me bring good men into my life to teach me. I'm a Christian. I have a lot of good Christian influences from men and women that I've met through wrestling to help uplift me. And I'm taking those lessons, and I'm going to be not only a better coach, but a better father because of it.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations. And I'm glad that it did work out for you.
Yes.
So you've been building this thing over at Tenoroc. So this coming season, barring no setbacks, everything as usual, what are your goals?
Well, we got to chase down McKeel Academy. They took our district trophies from us, and they have a good team returning. And I graduated 5 seniors, but I bring back 16 kids that were working hard in the room last year. Everybody's GPAs went up. That was one thing that hurt us a little bit. We had a couple of freshmen not adjust well to high school life. And we're going to battle them out and see if we can take that and hold off Mulberry from catching us. So that's the first goal, is we got to go take back our district trophies, and then we can worry about regionals and state and all that. So that's the first step. Obviously, winning a state title and having state champions is the goal. I think that we probably have 2 or 3 kids that you can really say could be on that podium in March. But our first goal is we gotta take back our district duals title and work towards the IBT.
Nice. I know that you made the dual tournament this year, the state dual tournament this year.
It was the year before, but yes.
Year before over at Osceola.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What kind of experience was that?
Outside of Lemon Bay kicking our teeth in, it was a really positive experience. It's always nice when you're at a school like Tenoroc that has traditionally not been very good at sports to say, oh, we won a district title, but we are going to the state tournament as a team. First time in Tenoroc history, a team has gone to a state event like that. They've had some individuals do well in swimming and wrestling and whatnot, but as a team, it's the first one that they've ever had. So it was really good positivity through our school. A lot of kids started feeling like we get some recognition, just within our own school. I'll be honest with you, one of the things that from day one, as I told the kids about, is our job is not only to win matches, and it's to change the perception of people have, not only within the walls of our school about Tenoroc and not Tenoroc wrestling, but Tenoroc is to do the same thing for people outside looking in. And so when you go to a state tournament and you get to be the top 8 in the state and wrestle a team like Lemon Bay and be in a tournament that has Lake Holland Prep, Hernando, American Heritage, stuff like that, that you get to, people start looking at you a little bit different.
And then you've got to wrestle Lemon Bay, right?
I'll tell you what, and this is going to sound such like a fanboy, and I've talked to him since. You had Mike Schick on a couple weeks ago, and the first time he told me that you guys are coming along, I had a little bit of that skip in my heart, a little bit like fanboy action. It was a little inappropriate if I got his autograph, but it was nice to have some of these upper level coaches like Schick or Palazzo or whatnot notice that we're doing good things. So it's it makes you kind of
cool, man. Well, good for you. So obviously, Florida wrestling has come a long way. Central Florida wrestling is doing big things. You've got Tenoroc wrestling is growing. You've got kids graduating now, which I think is always the goal.
Yes, sir.
And, I got 10 questions for you.
Okay. Before that, I want to give a shout out to 2 of my kids that are graduating. They're going to be our first and second ever kids to go off to wrestle in college. They're going to Itasca Community College up in St. Paul, Minnesota. Travis Hallworth, about 138-pounder, was a state qualifier, 3-time district champion, just amazing kid. Did it with a shoulder that was literally put together with glue, tape, and a shoulder brace. And then Randall Santana was a state qualifier, came out as a sophomore, ended up winning 100 wins, and he's going to go up there on scholarship. So I'm really excited about what they're going to do at the next level. And all 5 of my kids are going on to do something with their lives, either going to the military, going off to college, or going to wrestle. So I'm just super excited about that.
That's awesome, man. And you'll start to see them come back and give back to Tenoroc, and your program start to grow, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. Hey, so I've tried to look around your area. I saw there's a place called Family Food, or there's a Puerto Rican food truck.
Family Food or Puerto Rican food truck. I haven't seen either one of those, to be honest with you.
It showed like right down the street from your school. All right, let's try something different then.
Peebles Family Food?
Yeah.
Peebles is legit, man. If you ever go that way, they're only open during the winter months because there's no AC. The barbecue is ridiculous. I actually got a gift card from Christmas from one of my in-laws there one year, and for $50, I had enough food to feed a whole wrestling team.
I love it. Primo's or Palace Pizza?
Palace Pizza, at least once a week.
The Beer Garden or Swan Brewing?
Swan Brewing all day. Their Lakeland Swan IPA is pretty stellar.
You got Savannah Young. I like that guy. Tenoroc Wrestling. That's Sierra awesome. Davis, Polk County in the house, baby. Julio Nadar Andujar, my man. By the way, he is a great graphic designer. If you need one, hire him. Much respect.
He wrestled for me when I was at Mulberry.
Yep. Sierra Davis, Peebles. Yeah. All right. Gulf beaches or East Coast beaches?
Gulf beaches all day. Most beautiful in the world.
So down in Tampa Bay by you, they got a new quarterback. Is it Tom Brady or bust?
Ooh, I gotta go with Tampa. I gotta go with Tom Brady. I mean, he's even though I hate the Patriots, I am a huge Bucks fan. So I'm not going out running to get the number 12 jersey, but maybe an 87. But I think he's gonna lead us at least to the playoffs.
I like it. You going gyro or kebab?
Kebab.
Universal or Busch Gardens?
Ooh. I feel like I should say Epcot, but
I love Epcot.
Epcot drinking the world all day long.
Yeah, you can say Epcot. It's fine by me. Hey, I created the game, so you can say whatever you want to say.
I hate going with the grain, so I'm probably going to give you an answer different than what you give me.
I love it. Fish and chips or a shrimp basket?
Ooh, good fish and chips.
I like it.
A little bit of
Tampa or St. Pete?
See, we talked about this. Oh, I'm gonna go with St. Pete. I like the breweries around there, just like the one on top of your head. Benches over that way. That's really good. They got the Rowdies. They got the Rays. They got a place called Hero Sushi over there. They have you can eat sushi till 3:30 in the morning if you want to, half price after 10. So.
Oh, I love it. I keep telling people as soon as my wife and my sister-in-law say I can go to the brewery, I'm going. So
I'll be there.
I'm going to hit you all up so you can all meet me there.
I'll rent the hotel.
Yes. Hey, so I know you like the beer. You going lager or IPA?
Lager.
I love it. Adam H. Stud, great coach.
Love Adam. Adam Hopman's a beast. Black belt in jiu-jitsu. Congratulations, Adam.
Nice. Hey, man, this has been really fun. I'm glad that you've reached out. I'm glad I was able to invite you on. I'm glad that I've gotten to meet you. And I hope I get to meet you in person. I'm sure you'll be at George Jenkins next year.
I will be.
And hopefully so will we. And God willing, we get through this and everybody's on the mats again, full speed ahead.
So I want to give one more shout out to some people. Devon Williams, he's my assistant wrestling coach. Nick Thomas, Robert Lamont, Justin Weaver. They're my assistants. We could not be doing what we're doing without them. I have great parental support. And I just want to also thank to the football coaches we have, Pat Smith and Irvin Strickland, which I just found out he wrestled for a year in high school. That's why he's so supportive. None of this is possible without them, without their support, love, and help.
Awesome, man. And hey, like I tell everybody, I love you guys, love what you're doing for the kids, and wrestling is an amazing avenue to take. So thank you, boss. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, man. Good luck.
Good luck.